Hello and welcome back to another episode of Industry Insights.
Hello, Sai Deepti.
Hi, Abhay.
So before we move on, what is that product that you have there with you?
Oh, so this is a new milk carton, gable top carton that I bought, and it's
Okay.
a high protein milk. And I think there are a lot of variety of high protein milks that are sold these days in the market, which are very consumable and they're like short packs.
Yeah.
And I think I like this also because it has this thing written "Do not heat" on right on top of the lid,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is very easy for me to read. And also, it's like you can consume it in one gulp.
Oh, nice.
So it's like in one gulp you get your protein requirements, and like you don't have to. And I think another brand that's also doing the similar thing also has a um, take back policy for
Okay.
their bottles. They
Oh,
they
wow.
give it in plastic bottles, and they have a take back policy where you just leave it at your doorstep, and they'll just take all the bottles back and they send it for recycling. So it's like great innovation that's coming up in like the milk. I think we are moving away from HTP
Yeah, yeah,
pouches.
yeah. From
Yeah.
pouches to plastic pouches to the paper carton, and I think this was also a big deal in the PackMac Asia Expo where they were
Yeah.
selling waters in carton
Gable
pack,
top cartons
gable top
and
cartons. Yeah,
yeah.
high protein milk. That's so you coded. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a good.
So that's nice.
Yeah. And what an intro. And now we will move on to the June edition of What Packaging that is out now, and it is absolutely packed. I think
Yes.
we are bringing our listeners a major review of Interpack 2026, which concluded in Duesseldorf. The overarching theme is again, it is clear, loud and clear. It's that Indian packaging manufacturers are no longer just expanding capacity, they're positioning themselves at a highly sophisticated global engineering partners. Do you want to break down a few standout highlights of the June edition, Abhay?
Yes, Saidipti, absolutely. And if we talk about sophisticated tech, we have to start right back home with the Raffia revolution. So we're talking about Flexure Print and Pack collaborating with
Mm.
Ahmedabad-based Naurang Machinery.
Mm-mm.
Saidipti, these guys have cracked a code that everyone said was impossible.
Yeah.
Moving reverse printed BOPP laminated woven sacks from rotogravure to Flexo.
Yeah, wow. And I think I remember this from our Leaders and Legends event where Jainam Shah had presented the raffia bags, and the crowd was definitely impressed with the samples
Yes.
that he had brought. And it's huge because historically high fidelity graphics on premium agricultural and industrial raffia bags, like those used for like seeds and rice and fertilizers, I think they were strictly the domain of gravure because flexo inks couldn't withstand the heat of extrusion lamination, right? And
Yeah.
I think Navrang Machinery engineered an inline anchoring coating solution, which is basically chemically changed the surface of the printed film inline. And now it can handle for 15 to 20 kg burst strength.
Yes, that's impressive. But it's not just that.
Yeah.
The cherry on top is it's 100% recyclable mono material,
Ah, wow.
all PP family pack.
Hmm.
Lower plate costs, faster changeovers, and zero nasty adhesives, and fully circular.
Wow.
That's what I call a total technical touchdown.
Yeah.
So now, since we are on the subject of mono materials and
Mm-hmm.
circularity, let's look at the global stage. So,
Yeah.
what did Bruckner Maschinenbau have to say at Interpack?
Marcus, the managing director of Bruckner, I think he stated that the transition to monomaterial structures is currently the single largest movement in the global packaging industry. And it
Wow.
is strictly driven by the strict regulatory thresholds like the Europe's PPWR. I think it mandates non monomaterial elements cannot exceed 5%.
Yeah.
So the science has completely shifted, and Bruckner is tackling the oxygen and moisture barrier challenges of P and PP films by integrating a specialized coating technique also, and this is directly on inline on their film stretching lines.
Wow. Boom.
Yeah,
So, inline coating means saving an entire offline production step,
yeah.
cutting out extra costs, and also keeping the barrier properties bulletproof.
Yeah, exactly. And they have been active in India, I think, for over the last 20 years to support that exact demand.
Yeah.
And moving forward in this issue, we have a brand spotlight that highlights structural innovation in consumer goods, specifically looking at Cornitos' brand new packaging Divya Subramaniam, our associate editor, has worked closely on this edition's previews. How is Cornitos changing the game? Why don't you tell us?
Yes, Cornitos is doing what every smart brand needs to do in the late 2026.
Okay.
So they are balancing high shelf appeal with a strict sustainability approach.
Okay, okay.
They aren't just designing a pack to look pretty,
Hmm.
they are integrating consumer insights directly into the layout to influence actual consumption patterns and build long-term brand loyalty.
Okay. And I think they've also introduced stand up pouches with reinforced base gussets.
Yes.
And they've optimized the material structure for this to support portability, fast product recognition, and ease of handling.
Yeah.
It really proves that modern packaging has to perform seamlessly across the entire value chain, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And now shifting gears to our headline feature,
Yeah.
Payal Khandelwal's Beauty Decoded report.
Mm.
It reveals how branding and design have become primary drivers of product discovery in a screen-first reality.
Yeah.
So with platforms like Instagram and YouTube driving purchase decisions, beauty packaging must instantly clarify ingredients and stop the scroll in quick commerce thumbnails and short form videos. And I
Yeah.
think in the next episode we will be talking to Payal Khandelwal herself. So
Oh,
that's
great.
one for the listeners to look out for.
Yeah. And speaking of design, the report also mentions that Indian design studios are completely redefining the landscape by beautifully merging narrative depth with purposeful innovation. And it proves that packaging design has become deeply reflective of personal identity and culture and consumer choice.
Yes, yes. And to add to that data,
Yeah.
we look to Mintel's Global Insights, which is also again featured in the
Mm.
report. Tanya Rajani from Mintel, she highlights that consumers are experiencing information overload. This causes a global shift away from excess packaging towards minimalist designs, craftsmanship, and products which create memorable and mood boosting experiences.
Okay, and that's great because I think I have to mention mother tongue design feature by
Yes.
Jia Somaya as well, and that speaks exactly of in on these lines of craftsmanship and how design packaging design is moving towards that,
Yes.
and focus on luxury and premiumness.
While
Okay.
the focus being on minimalism as well.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. I think the finding the right balance is where the design studios are working
Exactly.
out
Yeah.
perfectly, and that's great. And also, this also ties perfectly with our PackView segment on page 40, where two leading experts, Gajesh Mitkari, founder of Studio Modak, and Koel Badra, AGM packaging innovation at L'Oreal, they have analyzed two popular FMCG products right off the shelf from the retail floor, and they evaluate everything from technical material specifications to direct consumer user experiences. And this wraps up our quick feature roundup for the June edition, I think.
Yes. The
Or do
June
you have anything
issue
to add?
The June issue is an absolute gold mine. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, it is, it is.
So for the listeners, go grab your copy, read the full deep dives, and stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Sai Deepti, thanks for sharing the glance with our listeners.
Yes, thank you, Abhay, and see you all in the next episode.
Thank you. And now with your usual outro.
Yeah. From the exhibition booths to the local factory line, Indian engineering is looking absolutely fine. Check the links below to read the June layout. What packaging is what it's all about. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment on the track. Sai, Deepthi, and Abhay, and we'll be right back. Thank you for that beat, Abhay. And
Thank
thank you,
you.
listeners.